Hello, 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 and welcome back to Just in Time Readings. Where are we today? Today is the 4th of March 2024, and I'm reading an article called The Theatre of Virtue that was written in 2001. In fact, it was written on the 17th of June 2001, and what prompted me to write this was the virtue signaling that I saw around lockdowns. If you recall, lockdowns in South Africa started in March 2020 or whatever, and we were a year later, and this was people's behavior around the pandemic and lockdowns and people wanting to impose their authority and their power on others. And social media was being used as a platform for everyone to signal their virtue. It must have got my goose at the time. It must have pissed me off enough to want to write a just-in-time article on it. So yes, this is called The Theatre of Virtue, published on the 17th of June 2021. Your ego needs to be right and seen to be right. You spend excessive time and effort to prove to yourself and others that your point of view is correct. You will ignore evidence and appeal to authorities to prove that you are right. Add to this the need to be seen to have high moral standards, and you have the ingredients to a potion that induces irrational behavior beyond imagination. Do you recognize these behaviors in yourself? Question mark. All right, asking the audience. Virtue signaling is brought on by someone wanting to improve their status amongst their peers because they supposedly think and act the right way, whatever the right way is deemed to be. It can induce the most horrific behaviors in individuals. It can induce the most horrific behavior in individuals. According to some arbitrary definitions, these horrific behaviors are directed at others who don't possess suitable moral standards. Outcomes include depriving someone of their opportunity to earn a living and provide for their family. And in some cases, violence is perpetrated. Against others who supposedly are not thinking and acting the right way, whatever that is. Social media applications are fertile ground for virtue signalers. On social media, you can pronounce anything. It's easy to announce to the world how virtuous you are. This is especially rewarding when your announcements attract the likes and the thumbs up that you expect from your in-group. It is as if you are standing on a stage and acting for your audience. The dopamine hit from signaling your virtue provides euphoric highs and fuels your desire for more. My internal siren goes off when I see others in this zombie state of seeking their virtue signaling reward. It's like someone is jamming a pin into my voodoo doll and I'm feeling this pain right between my eyes. So seeing this behavior in others prompts me to look in the mirror and ask about my need to be seen. How am I blind to my own virtue signaling? And am I an actor on this stage? It's very easy to point fingers at others without taking responsibility. So I'm being conscious here. I'm wanting to look at my own behavior. The reward of acting on this stage is a short-term high. Because the audience pays no price and has no investment in what you have to say and is often very fickle. And when your virtue is wrong, according to their definition or whatever that definition is that they want to apply, and you are no longer good enough, you will find that your audience can turn hostile and in fact start throwing virtue bombs right back at you. There's no loyalty in the game of virtue signaling. So here's the message to myself: to watch out for my ego. Watch out for your ego. Message to you: this is not a theatre that I want to act in, the theatre of virtue. And it's not an audience that I want to attract. Thank you for listening. That's quite therapeutic to say that. And I suspect when I wrote it, I can't remember this clearly now how I felt, but I suspect that I felt quite virtuous, maybe, as I say that, from writing this article. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the far post.